Session, I'm primarily going to look at the different kinds of properties associated with the stock options specifically, right? So, in this, the prime things which I am looking at covering is the major factors that will affect or impact the option prices. So, the option premium, when I say option price, it is more of an option premium. What are the various elements associated with the stock which can impact the the option premiums? So we would be discussing different kinds of factors that could impact the option pricing, and the various assumptions under which the valuation model for options typically goes with. And we are talking about in what way I determine the upper and the lower boundaries. What is the mechanism associated with the upper and the lower boundaries associated with option prices? How do I really find out the upper and the lower bounds associated with the call option and put option premiums? Then the most important aspect, which we call as put call parity. I would be discussing or spending some time in terms of making you understand the clear cut importance of put call parity relationship, and uh, what does early exercise mean, especially with respect to an American call option. Is there any kind of a benefit that is associated with an early exercise, especially in case of a stock? Any benefit associated, or how do I really look at early exercise on a stock of both call option as well as the put option? Is there any kind of a benefit in case of early exercise of a call option or early exercise of a put option? How do I typically evaluate the early exercises, means the American options? And finally, I'm going to look at in case there are dividends, how do I consider the same early exercise kind of a scenario? So these are the different dimensions I'm going to bring out in this particular session. So with that as a base, the first part I'm going to start off with are the various factors that are impacting the option prices. Generally, it is felt that there are six major factors that would impact the option price. One is the current stock price. Then we talk about the strike price of the option. Then we talk about the risk-free rate of return. Then bringing in the time to expiration. And we are looking at the volatility of the underlying stock, and we are also looking at the dividends. These are the six major factors which we look at, and probably associate them with the call option as well as put option. So how each of these factors is going to impact the call option versus the put option. That's one thing which we are typically seeing. Now let's go by step by step. We know in case of a call option, the gain is going to be much higher. The party with a call option is going to exercise the option if the stock price is greater than the exercise price. If the stock price is greater than the exercise price or the strike price, the party is going to exercise the call option. So if the stock price is going much higher than the strike price, the chances of exercising the call option are increasing, which means the value of the call option is going to be increased. So from that dimension, what I can very well say is, as the stock price is increasing, now all these we look at it with respect to increase. For decrease, I can take it the other way. So if the stock price is increasing, the chances that a call option is going to be exercised is increasing. So which means the worth of the call option is increasing. The same is the case with the strike price. If the strike price is increasing, then the chances of exercising the call, which is buying at the strike price, the person may not be buying it at the strike price because the strike price itself is much higher. So as the strike price is increasing, the chances of exercising the call option will decrease, which means the value of the call option is actually going down. So if the stock price is higher and the strike price is lesser, then the chances of the exercise of the option are typically going up. So the value of the call option will be higher in this case. And obviously, in case of put, the the buyer of the put option is typically having a gain when the strike price is greater than the stock price. So as the strike price increases, the put is becoming more and more valuable, or even as the stock price decreases, the put is becoming more and more valuable. So if the stock price is increasing, the put will go less valuable, so its value is going down. Whereas if the strike price is increasing, the put is becoming more and more valuable because I can sell it at a strike price which is at a higher price. So the chances of exercising the option are going up in this case. So the put option value is actually increasing in this case. Similarly, now when we are looking at, let's say, time to expiration, and with respect to both call option as well as the put option, we see that as the time to maturity is increasing, if there is a lot of time from today till the expiry date, and let's say I am considering an American option, so the exercise can happen any time from all these days. On all these days, the exercise can happen. So on any one of the days, if the stock price is going more than the strike price, the person who has gone for a call option, he can exercise it. Similarly, the person who has gone for a put option also has all these days where the stock price can go lesser than the strike price drastically. So the number of options that are available, number of opportunities that are available will be higher in case the expiration date is much longer compared to the expiration date being much shorter. Because all the opportunity, let's say we have two options, one is expiring on this day, one is expiring on this day. Because it's an American option, I can talk about the person who is exercising on this day. He has the chance to exercise the option on any of these days. So it includes these opportunities plus something more, means the value is much higher. So what we see is, in case of American option, definitely an increase in the time to expiration is going to increase the value of the call option as well as the put option. But in case of European, it's going to be a slightly different scenario, especially during this period when there is a large dividend that is expected to come. Only in that case, when there is a large dividend that is expected to be declared during this period, because of the dividend, the stock price is going to fall drastically. So stock price falling, the chances of exercising the call option will actually go down. So that's one of the prime reasons. Though the time duration is much higher, opportunities are much higher, Because of the dividend during this period, if the stock price typically goes down, the chances of exercising the option will go worse. So only in case of large dividend that is declared between the two period, I find that with the increase in the time to expiration, the value of the call option will go down and the put is becoming more and more beneficial. But otherwise, in normal scenarios, when even in case of a European call option, if there are no dividends that are expected within this two time period, between the short and the long time period, then still with the date of expiration, the price associated with the call option is going to be higher, and the price associated with the put also is going to be higher itself.